It's such a beautiful story, so well told.
I'm hoping that this movie's got a great fragrance.
I think it's a huge honor to be there. The best of world cinema.
It's going to be released on such a magnificent platform, and the world's going to watch it.
And of course, the whole Berlin selection for Kapoor has been a great shot in the arm. We're incredibly excited. I think it's a huge honor to be there. The best of world cinema will be showcased in Berlin, and it's lovely that a film that doesn't really have a huge lineup of stars to boast for itself has been selected as being one of the movies from India. In fact, being really the only movie from India to be showcased there. We're very, very excited about it.
I'm thrilled. I'm over the moon, actually. My whole team worked extremely hard all of last year through the summer, shooting in 50 degrees heat. It was excruciating, but I think it's all worth it. And when you make a movie like this, you want the whole world to watch it, because you're not aiming for a Bollywood kind of. You're not trying to be Bollywood, or you're not trying to be art house or anything pretentious in any way. You're making a real movie from the heart, which is an Indian film, and for me, that it's going to be released on such a magnificent platform, and the world's going to watch it. I'm thrilled to bits.
Last year was definitely a golden year, but I think we have a long way to go before we can say that we've really been able to make a mark internationally. Right now, our films are being watched by the South Asian diaspora overseas. There are very few films that have really managed, in fact, you can count them on one hand, that have managed to really break through and reach out to a worldwide audience. And I do believe that Kapoor might just be one of those movies, because it's definitely relevant to the audience here in India, but it's a film that's really universal in its theme, and the way that Gattu's made it has been made in a style and grammar that will not be alien to that audience either. So we're really excited about showcasing it there and seeing whether there's interest from the non-traditional markets.
As of now, it's thrilled me to bits, and it's just happened, so I don't know how it'll benefit, how it'll add. We'll just have to find out. But I've got a great producer backing me up, and I'm sure they'll make it go all the way now. You just got to keep working at it till you get it right. At least you should think that you've got it right. And this book has been very challenging, because adapting a book for a screenplay is very different from writing an original screenplay, which I've done before twice. So when I took on this book, I thought it would be easy, but it was not so. A book goes into so many different directions, and especially a book like this, it talks about love, politics, religion, cricket. It's got the earthquake. It's got a lot of things in it, and in equal measure. But when you adapt it for a screenplay, you've got to have a clear trajectory and a theme to the film. And so, we had to choose the right theme, which we've chosen friendship. And then to keep the material you want to keep, and then, you want to embellish it more with a rounding of the characters a little bit more, adding some more value to it. And when you start taking out stuff and putting new stuff in, it starts to have a ripple effect on the rest of the screenplay. So you start tweaking that up, and then it just goes on and on till it finds its own identity that is away from the book. So it's a derivative of the book, but it stands alone and solid. It's not about trying to create a controversy or not. It's about staying true to your theme. And as a director, I have to have my own perspective on it, which I've tried to do. It's not like I'm going to try to titillate the audience, and I understand that this is a very sensitive matter for Indians, and especially for the people of Gujarat, who've been through a lot in those 2 years between 2000 and 2002. It was a very heavy and a harsh year for those people. So I don't want to go out there and be down on them. I understand how they feel, and I've tried to bring that pathos out of that moment and that scenario. So I think this is a different take on Gujarat and what happened than you've probably seen in other movies before.
We knew that this was a film that would connect. Of course, you should never second guess your audience, so we'll know after the 22nd of February whether that's true or not. But I think all of us associated with this film have believed in it right from the start, because it's such a beautiful story, so well told, and believe you me, the way that the film has finally been made, the way that Gattu's made the movie, if we thought the script was great, the film's even better. And that's the magic that happens on the sets, which has happened on this movie.
I don't think there's just one factor, and they are going to compare it to the book because it is adapted from it. They could compare it to Rock On because it's my earlier film, it did pretty well. They might compare it to Rang De Basanti because it's got a similar Friends theme that UTV has made earlier. So there are a lot of factors that will come together, and what's good in the film, I think the promos speak for themselves, and people have reacted very positively. If you ask me, I think it's the earthy element of the film, and somewhere people can smell a good film, or not. And I'm hoping that this movie's got a great fragrance, but I'm not the right person to ask this question.
Oh, we're really looking forward to it. We start with Race actually next weekend. Then we've got ABCD, followed by Kaipoche, followed by Himmatwala. So that's just 3 months. So it's very, very exciting. We've got Ghanchakar, Chennai Express, Satyagraha lined up after. But right now we're really focused on the movies that we're releasing right now. And of course the whole Berlin selection for Kaipoche has been a great shot in the arm for the whole cast and crew.